What is up, team? Hope you guys are doing well. I'm coming at you from Hanoi in Vietnam. The traffic here is absolute freaking chaos. It's not too bad at the moment, but without going into too much detail, the reason why I'm in Vietnam right now is because I've run into some issues with immigration in Indonesia. Excuse me. And so I have to kind of hang out here for the next week until my new Indonesian company and new Indonesian visa gets renewed. And something's been on my mind lately, and it's like, why is it that only 1% of coaches in this industry actually succeed? Like, I've been in this game since 2016. I've been a part of like 12 different masterminds, and it's the same story every single time. You see some people come in, absolutely crush it. You see other people come in, do kind of well, and then kind of fall off the bandwagon. You never see them again. And then you see other people, they come in and you just never see them. And they fail like almost instantly. And what I've discovered is that the solution to this is not another funnel. It's not another coaching program. It's not another mentorship program. There are 3 things that dictates somebody's success. And it's the exact reason why most people fail in this game, which is very unfortunate, but it's so true. If it was only as simple as giving somebody a system, a couple of ads, and some ad copy, then we'd all be millionaires, right? And the first thing is attitude, which is like not very strategic, but if you have a bad attitude towards your business, if you have a bad outlook on life, if you have a negative outlook on your business, then it's going to lead to failure. It's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I see some people inside of the coaching space, and they're always so negative. They don't have this like delusional optimism, which I think is like very necessary in order to succeed. You have to be delusionally optimistic, if that's even a word, right? And it's not about like being optimistic through the good times, because it's easy to win when everybody's winning. It's about being delusionally optimistic through the challenging times, knowing within yourself that no matter what, you are going to succeed. And this kind of like ties into your identity as well. It's like when you look at yourself in the mirror, it's like, who do you see yourself as? And then truthfully speaking, who do you want to see yourself as? Then start living like that person, because if you don't begin to live like that person, you'll never become that person. And so I think like keeping a positive attitude throughout entrepreneurship is very, very important. And the reason why I say this is because over the last 3 years, I've been through an absolute roller coaster of a nightmare. Like, I sold 2 companies where it was structured on a vendor financing deal. Both of them fell through, where I walked away with nothing. 2 companies. I sold one for $1.6 million, sold the next one for $800,000, and walked away with nothing. Part of that was a big mistake on my end for accepting a vendor financing deal. But that was a huge thing that happened over the last 3 years. As well as that, as I had 2 lower back procedures, I've been in a position where my Stripe account got shut down overnight, where we went from like, I think it was like $60,000 a month to 0. This was a couple of years back. I got scammed $40,000 for a yearly rental in Bali. And just recently I had my Amex hacked for $10,000. And now I'm obviously in Vietnam, kind of just bunkering down for a week until, I sort things out with immigration in Indonesia. And throughout all of that, I feel like I've remained somewhat positive, and it comes down to the fact that I have this level of like delusional optimism to be like, you know what, everything's going to work out. Everything's going to work out. And I think the more kind of stress you endure and the more problems you overcome, the level of problems you overcome, you kind of create these mental calluses inside of your mind so that the next time you run into a problem or a challenge, it doesn't seem to affect you so much. So that's the first thing, is like keeping a positive attitude and having this sense of delusional optimism to know deep within yourself that no matter what, everything's going to work out for the best. The second piece is managing expectations. And this is really interesting because last year, inside of FitPro University, we rolled out a done-for-you offer where we're like, you know what, we're going to build the funnel, design the funnel, set up the tech, the automation. We're going to write the ads, launch the ads, manage the ads. All you have to do is just take the sales calls and do what you do best, which is, coach your clients and get them results. So we had a guy come in, we did everything for him. We built, designed the funnels, wrote the ads, launched the ads, managed the ads. And this guy had spent $2,700 on ads. and he had collected $17,400. So that's about a 7 point something X return on ad spend. And this is immediate cash return. This is not like contracted revenue. This was like cash collected. And one morning I wake up and I check my email, and this guy has sent me quite a rude email saying that he wants out. He's not happy with the result. He's not happy with the experience. And in that moment, I was like, wow, like that is insane to me. The fact that you could have two people go through the same experience, have the same result. One person would look at that and be like, wow, that's insane. I've got a 7.4x return on my ad spend. And then another person would look at that and be like, that sucks. I wanted a 10x return on my ad spend. I wanted a 20x return on my ad spend. And that stuff is like so interesting to me, how you can have two people in the same situation. One person would perceive that result as incredible, as life-changing, whereas another person might see that result as like horrible. World's going to end. This sucks. I'm out. And so being able to manage your expectations and have clarity around, benchmarks and what to expect when you're running ads, when you're dealing with clients, when you're running ad campaigns, all of these things are really, really important. And it's something that I see a lot, especially with like brand new coaches, especially with people that have never run ads before. They might spend like $10 a day on ads. And, after 3 days, they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't got a sale yet. The world is over. What am I doing wrong? And it's like, dude, you've only spent $30 on ads. It's like investing $1 into the stock market, right? Like you're barely marketing at that point. And so the third piece that I want to talk about is your identity, right? And so like a lot of the times we search so much like externally for the things that we feel like are going to make us successful. We look for, new mentorship programs or funnels or ad templates, whatever the case may be, where we put very little emphasis on who we must become in order to do the things that we need to do in order to become successful. And so the things that I feel like are not talked about enough in this space are things like our identity, right? Who we see ourselves as, the things that we label ourselves to be that create our reality, our language patterns, stagnant statements like don't and can't, right? Our values, the things that we focus on, not necessarily the things that we enjoy or respect. And most importantly is our belief system, the stories that we tell ourselves, because all of these filters, they dictate our actions and our actions dictate our results. So as long as you can have a positive attitude, having the sense of delusional optimism to know that no matter what happens, good, bad, up, down, challenge, no challenge, everything's going to work out for the best. Number 2 is getting clear and aligning your expectations with the reality of what it actually takes to succeed. And then number 3 is like all the internal stuff, like your identity, your language, your values, your beliefs, understanding that at a subconscious level, all of these things are influencing your actions, and your actions are influencing your results. But it stems back from all of the internal work that we need to master and overcome within ourselves in order to step into the version that we need to be, in order to achieve the success that we want. So a bit of a rant from me today, but these 3 things were really on my mind for a very long time. And my hope is that by sharing this with you, if it can help just one person, then I'm happy. Hope you have an amazing day. I've got Deanna over here just chilling on the bed, waiting for me to take her out for some dinner. So I better get going. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything you want to add, please drop a comment down below and let me know. But apart from that, I will chat to you very soon.